and gentlemen, and welcome to your news edition. These are the headlines. An important ministerial delegation visits the province of Tindouf for the commissioning of the Western Mining Railway, a 950-kilometer strategic project. Following the late rainfalls in several provinces, the Minister of Interior, Local Authorities and Transport visits the province of Mascara and listens to the concerns of the citizens. In this edition, we're taking you to Paris, where an Algerian perfumer, inspired by his Algerian roots and national heritage, managed to create particular scents. Welcome back. A flagship rail project spanning nearly 950 kilometers across Algeria's southwest has turned the long-awaited Garage Billet mine into reality. Built in under 2 years, the Western Mining Railway line positions Tindouf as a new economic hub and signals a major boost to the country's mining and transport capacity, and was visited by top officials, including the Minister of Interior, Local Authorities and Transport, State Minister for Energy and Mines, Minister of Public Works and Basic Infrastructure, Minister of Tourism and Handicrafts, Secretary of State to the Ministry of Energy in charge of mines, Director General of National Security and Director General of Civil Defense. Coverage by Omar Touaqin, taken up by Melissa Lila Balaman.
Historic ground is being broken in the region with the delivery of a flagship project cutting across the southeastern desert over nearly 950 kilometers. The Western Mining Railway line, now a critical backbone for mining and commercial transport, has become a strategic gain for the province of Tindouf.
This is the Garage Billet station. This is the Garage Billet village. These are its people. It is something extraordinary, something we never imagined would exist. In just 2 years, the state built this, and so did the men who made the station a reality. We go to Tindouf and return to Jbilat. This is by God's will, and thanks to our president, the head of state. In less than 20 months, it is now real. The dream has become reality. This shows that projects of this kind can deliver a powerful boost to the national economy. We thank President Abdelmajid Tebboune for his attention, his commitment and his efforts to bring this vision to life.
سيعطي دفعة قوية للاقتصاد الوطن.
From this platform, we thank President Abdelmajid Tebboune for returning the province of Tindouf into a true economic hub. God willing, this project will benefit our province and all of Algeria.
The project also highlights the capacity of Algerian expertise to deliver large-scale structure and infrastructure, as seen in the operational readiness of the Western Mining Line, with stations built to international standards and modern service facilities.
We are extremely proud of what has been achieved. Nearly 940 kilometers completed in under 2 years. Exploiting this mine was once a distant dream for Algerian men and women. Today, it is a reality, thanks to God. The Algerian government is fully engaged through its figures. The mine is operated by an Algerian company with 100% Algerian management. Even the railway line itself was built almost entirely using Algerian capabilities.
This launch opens a promising phase of economic development, set to strengthen and modernize Algeria's mining industry.
Following the late rainfalls in several provinces, the Minister of Interior, Local Authorities and Transport, Said Sayoud, went to the province of Mascara alongside the Minister of National Solidarity, Family and Women's Condition, Soraya Mouloudi, to inquire about the consequences of bad weather on the National Road 17 and gave the kick-off of a solidarity caravan for the benefit of the affected families. We'll listen.
Personally, I held several remote meetings where I emphasized the importance of being prepared in advance to deal with this kind of situation, which in recent years has affected many regions around the world. Anticipation is the key to dealing with floods. The province of Mascara carried out this work, which helped limit the damage. Despite the heavy rainfall, losses were contained. Thank God the dams were replenished and farmers were satisfied as well.
ونحمد الله ونشكره كذلك على نعمته وعلى فضله فكان غيثا نافعا امتلأت السدود وفرح كذلك الفلاحين بإذن الله تكون سنة خير إن شاء الله.
After an article published by Al Watan on the new highway code, the Ministry of Communication issued an official clarification stressing that the draft law has not been rejected and reaffirming the importance of responsible media coverage. Basma Far with more details.
The Al Watan report published under the headline "Members of the Council of the Nation say no to the new traffic law." Unlike what was reported, the draft was not rejected. Out of 190 articles included in the text, 179 have already been adopted. Only 11 provisions will be subject to review by a joint committee in line with constitutional procedures. Following this publication, the Ministry of Communication addressed a formal notice to Al Watan. The ministry considers that the information disseminated was inaccurate and liable to mislead public opinion. It also referred to a violation of the legal provision governing media activity, recalling the obligation of rigor, precision, and the verification of information when reporting on matters affecting the general interest. While reaffirming its commitment to press freedom, the Ministry of Communication stated that it reserves the right to take appropriate legal measures in case of non-compliance. The ministry further stressed the importance of professional responsibility in the treatment of information. In a context where information circulates rapidly, this episode serves as a reminder that the credibility of media discourse remains a shared responsibility, always in the service of the public interest.
خوتي ها هو الدفك تعولو برجلو، ها هو خوتي الدفك تعولو برجلو، ها طاو عليه شوفوا رجلو فين راها طايره خوتي. اللهم هذا منكر، اللهم هذا منكر، اللهم هذا منكر.
Protests are spreading across Moroccan universities as academics push back against proposed legal changes that put public universities at risk. Melissa de la Balaman.
Across several Moroccan universities, professors and academics are protesting a proposed overhaul of the legal framework governing free higher education, a reform widely seen as a direct challenge to a long-standing right. In response, the National Union of Higher Education has announced 3 days of nationwide protests.
These demonstrations are not only about free education. We also reject laws 57 and 24, which recognize the higher education sector. The National Union of Higher Education civil servants affiliated with the Democratic Federation of Labor reject these texts in full because they threaten the future of public universities. Today we are mobilizing in solidarity with university staff, professors and academic administrators. The ministry has not engaged with us on establishing a unified statute.
Stability, social protection, career progression, long-standing guarantees now at risk for the entire higher education community.
We reject these practices. We demand clear solutions, starting with a unified statute for all staff. Every civil servant in higher education must be respected and fully integrated, not marginalized.
The message is clear: no compromise on free education, university autonomy, or the status of academics. Mobilization continues, with a major crisis already looming on Moroccan campuses.
The humanitarian situation in Gaza continues to deteriorate as severe cold weather worsens living conditions for displaced families. Many are struggling to survive in makeshift shelters and overcrowded camps, lacking adequate heating, food and medical care. According to local resources, the extreme cold has claimed the life of an infant, highlighting the growing risks faced by the most vulnerable. In addition to bad weather and cold winter, the Palestinians are still suffering the Zionist barbaric attacks. Palestinians have been murdered in the Zaytun and Khan Yunis neighborhoods. And to wrap up our edition, we're taking you to Paris, where Maison Maissa tells stories through scent. Founded by French-Algerian perfume designer, each fragrance blends the precision of French perfumery with the warmth of Algeria. Afaf Belhouchat and Basma Khar.
Just steps from the opera in Paris, a discreet window draws the eye. Inside a fragrance house tells a personal story, that of a French-Algerian perfume designer who uses scent to preserve memory.
Maison Maissa is the first perfume house founded by Tahman, its creator, in 2018. It bears the name of his middle daughter, who was born at the time. Through fragrance and through his passion for perfume, he sought to pass on a dual cultural heritage, French-Algerian. To achieve this, he worked with ingredients emblematic of French perfumery, alongside raw materials typically of Oriental perfumery.
Among his creation, one fragrance embodies this approach in a particularly striking way. Tuareg, a scent that is both dry and profound, evoking a journey through the southern Algeria between sand, silence, and endless horizons.
There's a leather note that recalls southern Algeria, a touch of date, a hint of tea. Really, it's the essence of southern Algeria itself.
C'est le sud d'Algérie, quoi.
At Maison Maissa, each fragrance is conceived as a story, a sensory narrative where the precision of French perfumery meets the familiar sense of Algeria. Fragrances that feel alive and sensual, yet deeply evocative.
C'est en effet une collection de 6 parfums.
Here we created a collection of 6 fragrances, each inspired by historic zelich, a traditional ceramic tile from different parts of the Mediterranean. Depending on the period and the region where each tile was found, we composed the fragrances to reflect the character of zelich.
Ancient patterns, colors softened by time, are at the heart of this collection.
This one comes from the founder's family's home, from Tahman's house. It's a zelich located at the entrance of his grandmother's home in the Kasbah. The idea was to evoke cultural heritage and the passing down of tradition. To reflect this, we chose an iris note with a paltry, almost dusty character to suggest the passage of time, and incense to convey a sense of spirituality and transmission.
Looking ahead, Tahman dreams of Algeria, to create a space where heritage and scent meet, and every fragrance carries a piece of home.
And with this we come to the end of our edition. Ladies and gentlemen, thank you for being with us. Have a good night.